The best from TicWatch has now a LTE version on its Ultra model, the TicWatch Pro 3 Ultra with 4G connectivity. How it compares with last year's TicWatch Pro 3 LTE? Let's find out! Hi there, Thiago here. Welcome back. Oh, welcome. And if that's the case, let me tell you, we do a lot of tech reviews and unboxings like this one. And if that's something that interests you, please consider subscribing and give a thumbs up in this video. With this said, let's start a review of the last model from mobvoi, the TicWatch Pro 3 Ultra with 4G capabilities. Let's start with the most important, the price. It's good, it is £329.99, and this is amazing because it's the same price of the TicWatch Pro 3 LTE. And given the fact that it is post-pandemic times, with all the negative consequences, his hardware is a lot better, the software has been improved, and the look is a lot better as well. Well done mobvoi for not putting up the price together with the word Ultra. It's not cheap, but in my opinion, the best in its price level. The unboxing is good, like all the mobvoi unboxings. The box is pretty much the same of last year's, only the watch image in the box is different. You can see the watch straight away, and it's a real step up from the TicWatch Pro 3 LTE. I like the new look. The glass is now level with the bezels, so looks better when you look at it from the sides. The same two sides buttons approach. The display keeps the same shape and size, and there's nothing wrong with that, because the display is amazing. The back of the watch is exactly the same of the TicWatch Pro 3 LTE. So you have the charging area and the sensors. Let's see what they are now, and the specs as well. So, the display is 1.4 inches dual display setup with one AMOLED and the other FSTN. Snapdragon 4100 is the chip. 1GB RAM, 8GB storage. Loads of tracking sensors. 577 mAh battery. GPS, NFC, Wi-Fi, 4G, Bluetooth 5.0, IP68 waterproof resistant, military grade. Standard weight is only 41 grams. mobvoi claim that they use a modified Snapdragon 4100 slightly overclock up to 2 GHz for a smooth experience. This watch is a fantastic hardware pack. It features some of the best technologies in the end of 2021, together with the possibility of making phone calls without a mobile phone, but more on that in a few moments. The TicWatch Pro 3 Ultra is full of innovations, like this dual-layer display that switched to the FSTN display when not using the watch. And now you can customize the back color to blue, red, or whatever color you like. This year mobvoi is not focusing on the display or the hardware, but on all the sensors. Let's see them now. So, we have HRPPG monitor, SpO2 tracker, low latency of body sensor, usual gyroscope, and accelerometer, compass, barometer, together with the 4G capability, speaker and microphone for great phone calls and also music playback. So, I'm really keen on sharing with you how the TicWatch Pro 3 Ultra with LTE capabilities has been performing for the past few weeks. Controlling the watch is straightforward. The upper button is the app launcher and the home button. Press and hold to get the Google Assistant. The lower button is configurable. In my case, I have it to Thick exercise. To move through the notifications and menus, swiping gestures are used. The TicWatch Pro 3 Ultra has 4G capabilities, but beyond that, it's possible to respond to notifications on the watch as well. Emojis are supported too. You can swipe left to access the main tiles. And of course, customize them. Thick health, sleep tracking, weather tiled, and so on. The performance of the software and hardware both is really a pleasure to use and a lot snappier than the previous TicWatch Pro. And this is mostly possible thanks to the capable system on the chip. The apps list is not that long, just the essential iOS apps like the calculator, timer, stopwatch, and the Thick Health ecosystem. And like I said before, mobvoi is very serious about getting the most out of their sensors and giving you a unique health tracking experience. Talking about health tracking, they are the usual: sleep tracking, step counter, SpO2 tracker, which works 24/7, and the Thick Sleep, Thick Health, and Thick Oxygen. But this time doesn't end here, because now we have two extra features: mental fatigue and energy level health. So we can see that mobvoi orientation is going towards long-term health tracking. Whether they are really good, only time can show. Let me tell you what the last week have been like. Step tracking have been a bit overcounting, comparing with the other devices, around 20% I would say. It's not triggered by driving or scooter driving. Hopefully it will be fixed on an update. Heart rate tracking is much better and detects spikes very quickly. SpO2 tracking works perfect, and I would say that detects a little less than an oximeter will do, but sometimes all depends on the position on your wrist. Sleep tracking was inaccurate. The TicWatch Pro 3 Ultra 4G version was unable to correctly identify when I woke up and only stopped the sleep tracking when I got up from the bed. So while tracking features are quite many, there is work to be done on the firmware level. Looking at the app now, it has been updated as well, with a much better design feature rich. You can explore all the information that has been tracked by the watch. Each workout is recorded, and you can see those that are automatically detected or manually triggered. mobvoi has reached the point where the Smartwatch app is functional, well organized, and feature-rich, easy to link with third-party service like Google Fit, for example. Like I said in the beginning, this is an LTE version with 4G capabilities. Sadly, this version only works in a few countries, and in UK only works with a Vodafone, so you will need to grab a SIM contract through Vodafone if you want a full functionality, like going for a run without your phone and be able to get the phone calls and text message. Because we are talking about calls, let's have a look at the speaker quality. The battery life is great news because it has been solid and consistent. I was able to have 2 to 3 days per cycle, and that is really amazing. This is mostly because I use the FSTN display as always on display, and because I choose to not use the watch to make phone calls. So if you use the AMOLED screen as always on display, and if you make phone calls using your watch, expect a drop in battery life. I keep everything on my watch. All the tracking features are on, like the 24 hours HR tracking, SpO2 24 hours tracking, and so on. And that's all for today, guys. We finished with the battery. I could go on drawbacks, but I don't think it's important the drawbacks because in my opinion, this is the best at this price point. This is the best watch you can get for this price. And with this said, guys, I will finish, but before I finish, I need to remind you something. Please give this video a thumbs up and subscribe, because small channels like mine only continue if you guys give us a support, and the way you guys support is thumbs up, and subscribing. With this said, I wish you guys a lovely day and I'll catch you later.